Hey, it's the Fatboy Show on RX Radio. How are you doing today? Well, I hope you're doing good, even as we live in a country called Uganda where everything's just totally upside down. Our public officials will stop at nothing when it comes to coming up with the most convenient excuses for their misbehavior. And sometimes these excuses are totally mind-boggling. I'll give you the latest. So, as you know, the Prime Minister has been under the spotlight, Olive, over the Iron Sheet scandal.
Yeah.
And of course, for the most part, she's tried to absolve herself of any responsibility. And she has now most recently come out and said that, you know what, I can't supervise some of my colleagues who are more highly educated and more experienced than I am. And in one of the videos that went viral on social media, Nabbanja is seen admitting that she cannot supervise the Minister of Karamoja Affairs, Mary Kitutu, and other ministers because of their rich academic backgrounds. So she was responding to questions by some MPs on the Parliamentary Affairs Committee that were investigating this. And they were questioning her competency and why she had failed to supervise her ministers. And she's like, yeah, well, they're more educated than me, which is the most absurd excuse I've ever heard from the mouth of a public official. They're more educated than you?
And are you still asking for, or do Ugandans, or does the president still need more reasons to give away Nabbanja's position? Because, by the way, human resource experts say that a level of education has nothing. It has no bearing on your leadership skills. And I agree, because I've worked somewhere before where it was rumored that the MD had a past degree, but he was the MD. And some of the people that he was heading were people that had master's degrees and maybe PhDs.
Exactly.
Exactly. So leadership skills and your ability to bring in business, where you're working, you need to bring in business. Now here, when the Prime Minister says that these people are more educated than I am, for me, what I hear is that I am incapable, I am afraid, I cannot match up to these people.
I'm easily intimidated.
How did I even get here?
You told me the last time I said that she's perhaps a village person, a village lady. You told me I was being too cruel and too mean, but I think with every word she utters, she just proves that point.
And she also proves the point that when on Women's Day, you asked me whether women are still complaining about not having positions of power, since we now have women filling some of the biggest positions in the land. And my answer to you was, there is one thing giving women the jobs, and there is one thing women and it's another thing for women to be capable, or for women to have the capability to do these jobs. Now, when it comes to this statement and the Prime Minister, it leaves a lot to be desired, and it proves that some of these people are in these positions not because they can't do the job, but because they can be told what to do.
But why go so far? I mean, the president, as far as I'm aware, does he have a master's degree even?
No. Does he have a degree?
I know did he not obtain a political science degree from University of Dar es Salaam?
I don't know.
Did he complete it?
I don't know.
I know he was studying political science.
I know he was there.
I don't know if he finished.
I don't know that.
But at the very least, we know that in his cabinet and among the technocracy are people who are certainly more qualified than him. And yet he is still there appointing authority, and they are all still answerable and accountable to him. So I don't think this excuse by the Prime Minister flies, because not even the president would dare say something so ridiculous.
Oh, man.
And because it makes no sense. I mean, highly qualified people report to him, and he holds them accountable. So why shouldn't she?
And her position is not an educational post. If what was required for her position was someone to have, a PhD like Mary Kitutu, then would have professors, like some HR experts actually said, would have professors in these positions, but we don't. Leadership skills. Are you able to run the office of the Prime Minister, to be the second? I think she is second in line of command as far as government business is concerned. She's the head of government business.
She's the head of government business.
Yes. So you cannot say that I am afraid because these people have more educational background than I am. I do. You can't say that. It means you're incapable of doing your job.
So maybe we need a man to do this job.
No, it's not about a woman. It's about someone that is not supposed to be where she is. Because if you got a guy that still has the same mindset, it would still be the same thing. Did Mama Mbabazi have a PhD?
I'm not sure.
Or Ruhakana Rugunda?
Maybe not. But really, and perhaps you're right, really her attitude is the big issue here.
Yes.
Her attitude and just common sense, or perhaps lack thereof.
And she also forgets, I don't know who handles her, but there are certain things that you don't say. Some things are better left unsaid. As in, you can walk into a room and you're afraid of pretty much everyone who is there, but then you're going to put on your best face and you're going to... actually, to borrow from today's vocabulary, you're going to put on your resting bitch face and do the job.
That's how, well, ideally, that's how it should be, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't even know how to sit in a chair properly.
Oh,
Our dear Prime Minister.
You'll never give her a break on the chair, but she can box. Have you seen her boxing? Yeah.
Really?
That's the exercise she does.
Interesting.